Greetings and welcome. In our previous videos, we covered the installation process of CET.SteelConnDesign and getting started with it. Today's discussion will focus on setting up FreeCAD for our system and delving into project management. Installing FreeCAD on our computer is the first step. We recommend using the portable version available on the FreeCAD GitHub release for convenience. One of the main advantages of the portable version is that the user can launch FreeCAD without requiring administrator rights. To speed up the process, we have already downloaded and extracted the file onto our hard drive. We can launch FreeCAD by running the FreeCAD.exe executable located in the portable FreeCAD bin directory. Now we select CET.SteelConnDesign Workbench. If you're using FreeCAD and our system for the first time, you may note that several necessary packages will be installed inside FreeCAD by our system. If the installation fails, please try running FreeCAD as an administrator. Please check or change the system preferences for FreeCAD as our system currently supports only Imperial units. To do this, click on Edit, Preferences, and Units, then select Imperial Decimal as the unit system. You can also change the number of decimal places to 4. Before commencing the connection design process, it is important for users to acknowledge that FreeCAD is not primarily intended for steel connection design. Therefore, it is advisable to allow our system to handle all aspects. We will provide guidance on utilizing the Save Projects, Load Projects, and Scan Models later. Now, we will create several members by entering their data here. For instance, we will create a column called C1. The second C refers to the member type, a column. These 3 coordinates indicate the starting position, while the remaining coordinates indicate the end position. After clicking the Create Member button, a column is created. Then we create a beam, B1, by entering the beam data. The second B refers to the type of member, a beam. We will also create the second beam, B2. Now the user will notice that B1 and B2 are in the beam list and C1 is in the column list. You may also have questions about not entering member size, grades, or rotations when creating members. These 3 parameters can be changed in the Connection Design tab. As the members are now ready, we will create a connection from beam B1 to column C1 web. To ensure the proper connection setup, we must select beam to column web and make sure that either B1 or C1 is selected from the list. Clicking the Create Connection button will add the B1_C1 to the connection list. To connect beam B2 to column C1 web, you need to select B2 from the beam list and then create the connection. This will add B2_C1 to the connection list. Let's navigate to the Connection Design tab, where we can specify the design details for the beam. In this design part, we can modify the beam grade and size according to our requirements. For instance, we can change the beam size to W18 by 55. For the column, we can change its grade to a 36 and its size to W16 by 89. And we will rotate the column by 90 degrees. After designing the connection, you will notice that the column has been rotated. To check the 3D connections, you can click on the Fit Solids button. We now select B1_C1 from the list. After the design is complete, the 3D model of the second connection will be displayed. Let's take a closer look at the project management feature of CET.SteelConnDesign. In the Projects tab, user can save members and connections to a project file for later use. To do this, you can click on the Save Project As button and name the project file as Project 0306 on your desktop. Now we close FreeCAD and open it again. Once CET.SteelConnDesign is prepared, we can easily access the previously saved members and connections from the Project 0306 file by clicking on the Load Project button within the CET.SteelConnDesign interface. This action will retrieve all of the stored data from the project file and make it available within our system, allowing us to seamlessly continue our work on the project. Again, by clicking the Design Connection button, we can design connections like B1_C1 and B2_C1. Let's talk about model management using a different approach. This time, when starting FreeCAD, we won't select the CET.SteelConnDesign workbench. Instead, we'll open a file in FreeCAD format that contains steel members. For instance, let's open a file that contains a 2-story steel frame model. There are currently 4 steel members. Please select the CET.SteelConnDesign workbench and wait for it to load. Now please click on the Scan Model button and bring the member information into our system. You will see a message saying 4 members from FreeCAD have been read into CET model. It is important to note that only member information is processed, not connection information. To create a beam connection from beam B1 to column C1, please select Beam to Column Web because C1 has been rotated. When you click the Create Connection button, the B1_C1 connection is created and added to the list. After selecting B2, you can create the B2_C1 connection, bringing the total number of connections in the list to 2. Next, navigate to the Connection Design tab, where you will see that B2_C1 is currently selected. Clicking the Design Connection button will initiate the system to complete the design process and generate a 3D connection model. To view the 3D model, simply click the Fit Solids button. We can design the B1_C1 connection in a similar way. In short, if the user has previously created steel members, this model management approach can be useful. Since FreeCAD was not originally designed as a connection design software, it is recommended to use our project file for model management after scanning the FreeCAD file. That is all for today. Thanks for watching.